Story 1. I was banned from the casual conversation subreddit for suggesting that a methamphetamine addict who could not afford Christmas presents for her children should quit methamphetamine. Story 2. I got banned from the Ninja Creamy subreddit for disagreeing with a moderator on the proper technique of freezing an ice cream base. Apparently, it is either the moderator's way or the highway. For further context, I got banned for improper ice cream preparation. Story 3. I received a 7-day ban for inciting violence because I said a certain technology entrepreneur, known for being a father, can go away. Story 4. I comment a lot on videos in the popular feed. One day, I received a random message saying I was banned from r/pics because I was participating in a bad subreddit. When I replied asking what I could do since I did not know where the comment was, they permanently banned me from r/pics for responding without resolving the problem. One day, I commented on r/pics using my other account and received a message that I was permanently banned for trying to circumvent a ban on r/pics. Reddit can be frustrating sometimes. Story 5. An entire subreddit that I was a member of was banned because someone kept reporting us for hate speech and harassment, neither of which was true. Story 6. There was a pizza posted in the food subreddit that I thought looked good. It was not even my post, but I said it looked delicious. The moderator did not agree. Story 7. Since you are not starting Reddit only, I got banned on Twitter for some absolute lunacy long before Elon Musk took over. Someone posted about a woman winning an election. Some guy responded with, "Good, we should elect only women to every position." I responded with, "It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, as long as they are qualified and do the job right." This led to several hundred posts within 2 hours from people saying I was only saying that because it was a woman, not realizing I was responding to the previous commenter and not the original post. So many reports led to that account getting banned automatically. I never bothered appealing. Elon Musk took over 1 to 2 years later. Story 8. I once got banned from a subreddit because someone else said something racist and I said not to be racist. Unfortunately, they were a moderator of the subreddit, and after their temporary site ban expired, they went on a warpath banning everyone they suspected of reporting them. Story 9. Playing on an old Counter-Strike source server where an administrator was posting sprays of 2 girls in their bathing suits, claiming that one of them was his girlfriend and bragging about how attractive she was repeatedly over a few rounds. I then appeared in chat and asked, "Who is the girl in this spray someone keeps posting?" He replied, "Hey, that's my girlfriend." I responded, "No, not the unattractive one, the pretty girl next to her. Who is that?" I received a hearty round of laughs from everyone else on the server, who was annoyed by this administrator. Shortly thereafter, he started yelling and kicked me. Story 10. I was in the subscription technology group, and they were talking about censorship on Twitter. I mentioned that it happens as well on Reddit. Somebody asked me for proof, which I provided, but they did not like who it was against, so they banned me. I was banned for censorship while trying to talk about censorship. I laugh about it now. Story 11. On the r/documentaries forum, users were banned permanently for stating that both sides in the Israel-Palestine conflict are flawed and that there are no good actors involved. The ban was immediate and final. Story 12. I said something about shooting yourself in the foot and got banned for inciting violence. Then I appealed, and they told me to be more careful. Something got lost in translation between the United Kingdom and the United States. Story 13. My only known ban is from the music community. There was a post about a musician who got in trouble for sex crimes. The pinned moderator comment said something like, "Do not post about the sex crimes in the comments." When I casually asked what we were then meant to discuss, another moderator accused me of pedophilia and locked me out of commenting further. When I edited my original comment to call them out, the other moderator edited their original pinned comment so it looked like I went on a wild tangent, and one of the moderators banned me. Story 14. I presented a series of peer-reviewed studies that contradicted a moderator's personal opinion. The moderator rejected them because they were hosted on a site for published papers and not on university servers. The official reason was publishing misinformation, despite all studies being published and peer-reviewed. I was also banned from a liberal subreddit I had never heard of and never posted in for having posted in r/political compass. The moderator claimed that Political Compass was a right-wing circle jerk, despite my position being nearly dead center of libertarian left, right next to the Dalai Lama. Story 15. I was banned because I joked about a parallel world where bees had created a human side against humans on a post where humans used insecticides against bees. Story 16. Got banned from the technology subreddit because I said a potential user should test artificial intelligence for bias before trusting it on anything. Story 17. I was banned because I posted all of the photos I had downloaded from Reddit back onto Reddit. The reason they gave me was terrorism. Story 18. For stating that those who commit non-consensual sexual acts may not deserve to continue existing in physical reality. Story 19. I got banned from the r/4chan4 subreddit for asking why cisgender people are not allowed to post there after I noticed a rule forbidding any cisgender people from posting. Story 20. I am banned from many subreddits, but the dumbest one is where I asked a question about Donna, the male dog walker who gave a horrendous interview a couple of years ago. The moderator messaged me, called me a bunch of names, and permanently banned me. I messaged back, "Are you Donna?" Story 21. I was banned from Ask Men because I criticized the subreddit in a question here, even though I had left that place years ago. The ban notification included a very sarcastic cool moderator message. So the moderator who issued it was particularly sensitive. Story 22. I got banned from Reddit r/rants today for saying, Kathy Hochul has ruined the state of New York. I will probably get banned here for saying the exact same thing. Story 23. The Tesla community and all associated forums are critical of the quality of Tesla cars and the victim blaming for any issues pointed out in the forum. Story 24. I've been banned. I never bothered to look as to why. Honestly, looking at some of the rules on subreddits, I am surprised every poster on there does not get banned. There are several where the rules literally rule out just about every type of possible reply. Story 25. I'm not even 100% sure why I was banned. It was some vague copied and pasted issue. From what I gathered, apparently, someone was paying someone else for something they were not supposed to be paying for. So they banned everyone in the general area. Story 26. I received multiple bans for saying that intentionally stiffing servers where tips are expected is a bad behavior. I did not insult anyone but stated that treating waiters that way is wrong. It is indeed an unfair action. I also received a permanent ban for trying to say, I like something but accidentally typing, I lie, due to hitting the letter L instead of K. It took several days to have that ban overturned. Story 27. I got banned on a PlayStation 2 Facebook page. Someone asked which version was better, fat or slim. I said, fat is definitely better. I am banned for 7 days. Story 28. I was banned from the news subreddit because I said there is almost no free speech in many subreddits, and that I have seen more left-wing viewpoints on Twitter than on Reddit. Someone asked for proof, I provided it, and then I was banned. Story 29. I got banned from the vegan community because I told someone that I was eating chicken nuggets and praying for their downfall. It was not stupid of them to ban me, just incredibly stupid for me to have said that in the first place. I have zero regrets. Story 30. The subreddit FOMWA permanently banned me because I said grow up to somebody throwing a tantrum over John Lithgow's casting in Harry Potter. Story 31. I got banned from the gaming subreddit for giving away game keys for free because I already owned the games. Apparently, you cannot do that. When I apologized to the moderator, they said, I believe you will do it again. The ban stays. The annoying thing was other people were doing it. It must have really made their day. I have not been back to the subreddit since. Story 32. A joke about killing Adolf Hitler resulted in a temporary 3-day suspension. However, the suspension was lifted after I appealed. Story 33. For calling someone a clown, and also another person, what do you prefer? Neither, was my response. No swearing, nothing. Story 34. I have been banned multiple times for quoted parts of fictional stories involving violence that were interpreted as threats of violence. I keep making new accounts, but they never reverse the bans, even when it is clearly fan fiction or something similar. Story 35. When I was in the 6th grade, The entire grade was banned from music class because someone was laughing too much. Allegedly, I was to blame, which is surprising considering I am very shy. When I am in public and I laugh, you usually do not hear it unless you are really trying to. Also, how could I not laugh? Some other kids were doing something silly, which made me laugh. Then the teacher got annoyed and did an impression of how I look when I laugh. It looked funny, so I laughed more. Story 36. Back when COVID-19 was a bad word, there was a discussion about Florida. I said, I caught COVID-19 the only time I've ever been to Florida. Forget Florida. And I was removed from that group. Not too traumatizing because I don't even remember which group it was. One of the moderators must have been a Florida man or something. I was also banned from the child-free subreddit because in a post showing kids taking over and destroying a retail store, someone asked, if these were your kids, what would you do? My response was, well, I'm here because I don't have nor want kids. But if these little troublemakers were mine, I brought them into this world and I'd take them out. Obvious sarcasm, right? Nope. Inciting violence against children. Banned. Story 37. Someone posted a video and in the comments asked for the song. I replied with the song lyrics instead of the song name and got banned for inciting violence because the song lyrics were very graphic. Story 38. I was banned from the Cocker Spaniel subreddit for telling a troll that it was offensive to say cockers looked like they have Down syndrome. The moderator messaged me with the retard slur when they banned me. I hope they get what they deserve. I love Cocker Spaniels, but just know. Story 39. I was removed from a Stephen King group for saying that I thought Idris Elba would make a good Roland. I stand by my position. The movie was poor, but both he and McConaughey were excellent. Story 40. I got banned from Reddit and I do not know why. My account was 100 days old. It all went down the drain for nothing. Story 41. I was banned from the Australia subreddit. I am not exactly sure why. The reason provided was spam. I made a post asking for an electricity company referral code, so another Reddit user and I could get $50. I deleted the post as soon as someone volunteered. Permanent ban for spam. Story 42. I got banned from RuneScape 10 for mentioning that I like Kawaii and Hello Kitty and how many childish bags I own to a user when someone was giving them a hard time about their childish bag. Story 43. I was banned from the jobs subreddit for posting my difficult experience with an artificial intelligence recruiter. My story was about the dystopian future awaiting all of us. I was permanently banned for promoting the artificial intelligence recruiter product. When I attempted to explain that I was not promoting the product, just sharing my experience, I was put on timeout from contacting administrators. Story 44. I do not remember the specifics, but it was from the Reddit subreddit mildly infuriating. A post was deleted along with nearly all the comments. I made a comment asking why, and then my comment was deleted too and I was given a temporary ban. I asked the moderator something along the lines of "what the heck?" and my ban became permanent. Story 45. I was banned from Ask Women when I asked about the attractiveness of long hair versus short hair on a guy for not being inclusive to women. To be clear, that was the question, and I never even commented on my own post. I just asked if I, as a white man, should keep my hair short or grow it out, or if it even matters to women. Story 46. Apparently suggesting that Elon should put something in his brain and that it should not be a Neuralink chip. That apparently breaks Rule 1. Which is hilarious because the person who commented under me suggested that Elon should inject the Neuralink chip in his brain and that injection at 12,000 frames per second should be adequate. Story 47. I was critical of police officers who killed a man for refusing to give blood for a test. Several officers restrained him and he died. The police supporter who runs the police department banned me permanently. Story 48. I got banned from the Fargo TV subreddit for spoiling an episode in the episode discussion thread by saying it was amazing and that I love how the title meant what it meant. Story 49. 1. I just got banned from the subreddit Oh No Consequences. But they did not say why. I checked my recent comments, 2 from 2 days ago and 6 days ago, and they seemed pretty innocuous. Then they announced that cross-posting from relationship advice was banned and that they had banned 20 accounts for brigading on posts that were over 50, 60, and 100 days old. I checked my comment history and had one recent comment there on a 2-month-old post, so I guess that must have been it. Everyone who participated in the brigading got a permanent ban. We now have no other choice but to ban any cross posts from that subreddit. I was under the impression brigading was an organized activity that included harassment or mass downvoting someone, but apparently leaving one comment is enough to count as engaging in brigading. Well, 2. I got banned from the subreddit Am I the Asshole for saying a person deserved to be kicked out at night. I said this because the original poster had kicked them out of their house at night. They were staying there for free and were openly insulting the original poster's home to their face. Boom. Banned for inciting violence. Okay. Story 50. I got banned from a subreddit because I supported people's right to protest. They were at a pride parade and tore up a pride flag they brought with them. I said something like, "Sure, you can protest something you disagree with, but did they have to be so smug about it? Because I didn't incite a mob, I was suddenly labeled homophobic and banned. Even though I made it clear I don't condone their actions and believe them to be petty. I also received a 3-day ban for inciting violence when suggesting a way to deal with a fictional character, which involved removing their limbs to prevent them from using their powers." Story 51. I am not on Reddit, but I had many social media accounts banned during the COVID-19 pandemic for posting the truth before it was socially acceptable. Everything I posted is now accepted as factual information. We had proof it was real at the time, but the censorship in those days was intense. Story 52. r/relationship_advice. Banned for pointing out differences in cultural beliefs regarding age gap relationships and wearing revealing clothing in public. Was falsely accused of stereotyping. r/2X chromosomes banned for criticizing a person who demonized all age gap relationships, including my own parents. r/rant banned for saying that society would improve if people learned to be genuinely kind to each other rather than relying on ideological propaganda. Story 53. I was permanently banned on Tinder after talking to a girl for days, thinking we had actual chemistry. On day 3, she said, "If you want to find out more about me or talk more, you can follow my OnlyFans." I bluntly asked, "Are you only a sex worker online? Or also in person?" Tinder did not like that at all. Story 54. From a lesbian subreddit, I said I don't date transgender women. They said my opinion didn't count and called me a hater. Story 55. Years ago, when asked, "What is your ultimate sexual fantasy?" my response received many upvotes from people with a sense of humor. Today, that same reply would likely result in a ban. I am not going to share what it was. Story 56. I just stayed by the side of a guy who called a football player a monkey. That is a crime here in Brazil, but I did not say anything. I was just saying that it is a terrible thing and should not be a crime. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.